On Monday, October 25, Wickham McNeill publicly declared his support for Lisa Hanna for the presidency of the People's National Party. On the other hand, Omar Davies has publicly declared his support for Mark Golding. Vice President of the People's National Party, Dr. Wickham McNeill, has stated that after careful consideration and heavy consultation with his PNP delegates and his political support base, he has chosen to throw his support behind the presidential candidacy of Lisa Hanna in the upcoming internal leadership elections. Mark Golding has stated that he did not arrive at this decision lightly. He mentioned that he has maintained a close relationship with both candidates over the years, and even more so during this period of leadership transition in the political organization. He further went on to state, having served the People's National Party as a Member of Parliament for Western Westmoreland for 5 terms, as a chairman for Region 6, and now as a Vice President of the People's National Party, I have made my assessment, and based on that, I have assessed the party's needs, and the party is in need of a strong unifying force to push the renewal of the political organization, and Lisa Hanna, in my view, is best suited to accomplish this task. He further went on to mention that he believes that Lisa Hanna can refresh and re-engineer the party for it to become a more viable and attractive alternative to the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, and also that the organization may become the electorate's choice for government in years to come. He further mentioned that Lisa Hanna is a former colleague of his who has served 8 years as Region 1 chairman and in her 4th term as Member of Parliament for South East Senan. Wickham McNeill further stated that he has found Lisa Hanna to be a deeply passionate individual, and she has demonstrated competence throughout her engagement in parliamentary committees and debates, and various forums and meetings within the People's National Party. Well, Paulwell and now McNeill have declared their support for Lisa Hanna. We will see if on November 7th, Lisa Hanna will come out as the president of the People's National Party. But until then, we have to wait and see and weigh the odds and see who is the best candidate in the eyes of all the delegates. Dr. Omar Davies, former Member of Parliament for St. Andrew Southern and former Minister of Finance, has thrown his full support behind Mark Golding and has issued his public endorsement for Mark as the next president of the People's National Party. According to Omar Davies, he is encouraging the PNP delegates to vote for Mark Golding because he is a multifaceted leader who is relatable at all levels of the party and in the society. In response to that endorsement, Mark Golding has stated that he is humbled by the endorsement from one of his greatest mentors. He continues to learn from Dr. Davies as an exemplary Member of Parliament for 23 years. It should be noted that Mark Golding took over the Southern St. Andrew constituency after going up against Colin Campbell to replace Dr. Omar Davies. Mark Golding further went on to state that Dr. Davies' confidence in his challenge for the presidency of the PNP has injected some additional energy to his presidential campaign ahead of the November 7th polls. He also expressed his gratitude to Dr. Omar Davies for his endorsement. In 2017, Mark Golding took over from Dr. Omar Davies as Member of Parliament in St. Andrew Southern, after he chose to retire from representational politics earlier in the year 2017. So Mark Golding took over in October of that year. Now the People's National Party's delegates will cast their ballots in an effort to select the sixth president of the People's National Party on November 7th. So critical support is rolling in and battle lines have been drawn. Mark has received support from Dr. Omar Davies, and Lisa Hanna has received public support from Paul Well and Wickham McNeill. Now the support for Mark is also coming from Lisa Hanna's Southeast Senan constituency in the form of 3 critical councillors who has had miscommunications and a strained relationship with Lisa Hanna over the past years. As the date continues to draw closer and the various presidential campaign teams are doing all the necessary work on the ground to encourage PNP delegates to choose their respective candidates as the next president of the People's National Party. Well, we hope that there will be no more divisions and factions, but as it stands at this moment, lines have been drawn and people are taking sides. But when it is all over, it is expected that they will be working together. It is also the mandate of the People's National Party that whilst this presidential campaign is ongoing, it should be a clean and a fair and a very respectful campaign, as candidates have been urged to ensure that their supporters remain respectful, remain fair, and that each person practices clean campaigning. It is on, and no one knows who will become the next president of the People's National Party. On some days, it seems like the pendulum will swing in the favor of Miss Hanna, and on other days, it seems like the pendulum has fully swung to the side of Mark Golding. There is one thing that we can clearly say. Mark's mission and vision is very clear. And whilst Miss Hanna has declared her mission and her vision a little bit late in the game, she has also declared what is it that she plans to do. She plans to bring back love and unity within the party, and that is good. But how much of these party members does she have on her side? Well, Paul Well and McNeill are there. And of course, she has publicly mentioned that she has the support coming from 10 out of 14 Member of Parliaments. And 63 out of 97 councillors, she says, are in full support of her candidacy. Now, Mark Golding has not given us those very high numbers, but he has support from Clarendon. He has support directly from Lisa Hanna's constituency in Southeast Senan. And of course, with the support coming from Dr. Dayton Campbell, it means he has the support from Northwest Senan. He also has support coming from Anthony Hilton, Angela Brown Burke, and Mrs. Duncan Sutherland. So, let us see what will occur on November 7th. November 7th will be the day that will prove which one of the candidates has the most genuine support. Because whilst persons may be talking at this time, the end of the day, they may not cast their ballots in favor of the person for which they are currently touting their support. So everyone is waiting to see who the PNP delegates will give the mandate for the presidency of the People's National Party on November 7th, 2020. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And of course, we need your feedback. Let us know what you think about Wickham McNeill, one of the vice presidents of the People's National Party, fully throwing his support behind Miss Hanna. I think they're all of 3 additional vice presidents who have given their support to Lisa Hanna. But Mark Golding has support as well. And we will see how this all plays out on November 7th. What do you think of Dr. Omar Davies publicly endorsing Mark Golding as well? And what are your opinions on the councillors who are now former councillors of Lisa Hanna's CISA constituency, throwing their full support behind Mark Golding? Who is the best candidate in your opinion?